All right, guys, Ronin Man here, and here with Sean, and we're walking in Los Lobos National Park in Northern California. So we're going up a hill. It's totally beautiful. We're just starting, so you can hear cars now, but this is going to be super pretty, we heard. So we're going to the beach right now, and then we'll swing back and hit the cliffs, like kind of fjord type things. So it should be neat. I don't know how long we'll go, but this should be pretty neat. All right. So yeah, today we were talking this morning, and Sean was saying something. Why don't you tell the story, what happened real quick? And then we just sit in the car.
Oh yeah. So we were sitting in the car and I went to go turn right to park, and I hit my phone, and my phone fell down, like hit my hand, hit my knee, and then landed on the ground and probably scratched. And before, like the old me would have started screaming and just go, oh fuck, shit, god damn it, or like screaming really loud and like quick and angry. But instinctively now I like close my mouth and I just go and I just reevaluate and I just wait, because I'm not really that upset about it, but I have that
Quick reaction.
I have that quick reaction,
explosive,
that's very jarring to people that I'm with.
Okay, and you've been getting over it. You've been stopping doing that.
Right.
And I wanted to give a kind of a way, like an insight into that reaction for guys, because I see a lot of guys doing that. A lot of guys react, you hear guys when something happens, like say their car doesn't start, they run out of gas, the phone falls on the ground, and then you hear guys yelling and all this stuff. And I wanted to kind of break that down. And if you want to stop doing that, this episode will help you like forever stop that. Like you'll see it differently than before. The first thing I want to say is a lot of guys, they think that women are emotional and men are logical. Well, you got to reevaluate that one, because this is something that men do more than women. And it's emotional, totally emotional. Because it's like, that's what the words like fuck and stuff, those words are emotion laden. There are some people, they have brain injuries, but they can still say fuck because it's from a deeper part of the brain. It's from the more primitive. It's not from the language part. It's from the more, what is that? The stem cell brain. It's more from that type of thing. It's emotions. It's down. It's your more primitive brain. Let's put it that way.
It's your lizard hind.
It's more of your lizard, right? Now, the brain is complicated because that's not technically the emotional part. That's a detail, but just imagine that it is that's why we love saying those words, is because we have strong emotions behind them. That's why when you say illogical things like the cat, climbed on the roof, we don't have any emotions, there's no reaction. And there's no enjoyment in that. There's that dryness because there's no emotion. That's what emotion is. Emotion brings color to things, right? So when men yell and stuff like that, you'll notice this. The first thing I want you to do is when you go about your day, morning, is start to notice when guys yell or have strong reactions to something, dropping something or falling down or something breaking or running out of gas. When you see a guy have a very strong emotion of reaction, right? Listen to him and ask yourself this simple question. Is that masculine? That's what I want you to ask yourself too. Is that reaction, okay, you're a man, is that a masculine reaction? And feel your gut. Feel your gut. And consider this. Okay, so we have comparison. I mean, obviously men and women have different skills and different things they're good at. But what are guys good at? Guys are good, the kid does something wrong and the man is thinking, how can I solve this problem once and for all? How can I come up with a solution so the kid's happy and it does what he's supposed to do and doesn't get hurt and all that, right? And he sits back, he kind of logically thinks through the whole thing, and then he says, okay, we're going to do this first and then we're going to do that. And that's it. And the kid's like, kind of like thinks about it. That's fair. Done. That's a man. So a woman tends to be more emotional in those situations. And it's like, you see her just like kind of lost. The kid is like getting upset and she's getting upset and everybody's kind of upset together and confused, and then it gets to be it becomes more of a mess, right? Right. Whereas a man's like, no, nope, 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 can't let this go on. Nope, we got to solve this, right? So a masculine reaction is like you kind of pull back, think about it, and make a good decision, right? So when you're doing that kind of, and this is why I think a lot of guys say the word, the F word so strongly, because they know it's a feminine response. It's a feminine behavior to overreact, to kind of like dramatize things. They can't just say, hey, I came here, I ran out of gas, I was late because, I had to fill it up, this and that. They can't just tell the story. They have to make it so big, because this guy did this and then cut me off. And then these guys, this is drama. This is total drama queen stuff. So as a man, and also too, when you get bit by a bug or when you bump your head or even kind of serious, like you break your arm or something, just kind of practice, feeling what is a masculine response. Don't try to control yourself. See, what most people will say is, you're acting feminine, don't act feminine. It's more like just feel your gut. And your gut will lead you in the right direction. Yeah, if you just feel your gut, you're like, oh, wait, that's a feminine, like that's not a masculine thing. I don't really feel that, actually. Like, I don't really feel that confused, feminine energy, which is nothing wrong with it. I mean, I like girls that are like that. I actually like girls who are super high estrogen, who can't read maps, who get totally confused by things. And I love girls like that. Those are the girls that I really dig on because they're just very feminine. And I don't look down on them at all. I totally appreciate it. Because I'm very different. I'm the opposite. I'm the polar opposite of that. I'm more like a black hole or death. And they're like this light flashing around and jumping and bouncing, right? So, for me, it's kind of like when I find myself doing something, and if you think about it, if you really think about it, I mean, just next time you do have that reaction, just think, how do I feel about myself right now? What does this make me feel as a man? Am I feeling like more masculine? Like no matter what your words, and there's this thing like fake masculinity, right? It's this thing where you might really go crazy and threaten people's lives and, start to really pour on the masculinity, that you think is, and that's a reaction because somewhere inside you, that you're not acting masculine. And that's why you have to overcompensate. So if you find yourself doing that, that's okay. What I'm saying is, we're talking about change here. So if you find yourself, just say, oh, he's right. I am having a feminine reaction to this that is not natural. And then you think, well, why am I doing this? Like, what am I trying to prove here? What am I gaining out of this? And then you think, well, I guess I'm just copying other people, because you see these days, modern people, they don't really have anything to do or be scared of or think about. So they just kind of dramatize everything in their life. Everything's a big drama. Everything's a big story, right? And I think for myself, just getting in touch with my true self as a man, it's very easy to slow that stuff down. Very easy. Because, it's like, yeah, I see it. I know I can do it. I'm not saying like I've never done it, but I learned from a friend back in 91, no matter what happened, he was totally cool. Like, he wasn't a cool guy or anything, but like whenever anything happened, he was like, whatever. Like a rock would fall down or we'd be late or place would be locked. And he'd be like, he kind of like, when you're hanging out with somebody who does something and you think it's really cool, but you don't really know what it is. And at the same time, you're like, I want to copy that thing, And he was like that, this guy. And he would just do that all the time. He was an ex-pilot, and he would just kind of always do that. And I thought, I want to copy this one because I don't know what it is, but I like it. I really like this one. I like myself when I'm doing this, Yeah, I like myself when I'm acting this way. And from him, I learned you really don't have to react emotionally kind of ever, really. Almost, right? There's nothing that I really feel. Now, if you do, here's the thing. By not being fake, okay, then when something's real, there's a reason why people act dramatic, okay? There are times, there's a time and a place for everything, right? So when you find yourself, when you kind of divorce from that fake masculinity or fake overreaction, fake dramatization of everything, and you just kind of realize, oh, who cares? Like, doesn't matter, whatever, you know? And then you look at other people, watch other people, the way they react, and you'll start to get embarrassed for men in general. Because you'll realize there's a lot of fake, fake bravado, fake masculinity out there. You know, it's kind of like, it's just never ending, really. And the reason why there's a lot of fake is because there's not a lot of real. But your real masculinity, your real self is right there. It's just right there. You don't have to go searching for it. You don't have to follow anything that I'm saying in this video. You just feel yourself. Just feel your gut and just see if this makes sense. You're like, oh, I think that observation is accurate in my situation, kind of thing, like I can feel it. Yeah, that's true. I don't know why I was acting that way. And I think we act that way because people act that way around us. We have what's called mirror neurons, and we can't help it but mimic who's in front of us. We learn that as a baby, an infant. Our mother smiles, we smile. Our mother moves her arm, we move our arm. Our mother moves her arm, we look that way. And then what the mother does is she does the same to the child. The child points and then the mother looks. Because what she's doing is she's showing the child that you are together. You matter. You're saying something, I'm looking. She's responding, right? So our mirror neurons are some of the reasons why we that's a very integral part of a living being. So we have that, and it's an important part of us. So I'm not saying don't mirror people, because this is a normal, healthy thing. But when it comes to certain behavior, like this type of thing is quite lame, actually. So you're like, oh, no, I'm not going to. Just like you might have friends that are cool, but they start getting into really heavy drugs or something. You're like, I'm not going to mirror this one. Like, fuck that. I'm going another route. I'm getting my master's. I'm going to fucking do some shit, You just decide, yeah, I'm not going to go down that road, right? And that's what this is. It's just one time when you put your foot down and say, yeah, no, it's not me, man. Like, nothing is really a big deal. And I think too, this is what's kind of one of the key ingredients of mastery of self. It's mastery of yourself, because you're not controlling anybody else. You're not controlling the world, but you're seeing yourself and you're slowly picking off these things. You're just picking off things that don't quite, a lot of people don't think through things, basically. So they just kind of react and keep doing the same thing. Maybe their dad did that and then they copied that. And then, here you are, 45 years old doing it. And you're like, wait, where did this come from? Why am I even fucking doing this? This doesn't make sense, And I just wanted to give an insight. So, it's cool not to react. It's cool just to kind of, it's like, is it such a big deal? Like, is anything really that big a deal? I like to save my energy for things that are real. And things that are real, they're powerful, So that's the opposite. It's like, I got a very nice call from Rev the other day. Very, very strong feelings. And I was like, wow, that's beautiful, And I was like, yeah, because when you feel something for real, it's like something that men aren't allowed to do. So we're allowed to have this fake stuff, but we're not allowed to have the real stuff, right? I think the thing is, the key to get the real is to cut out the fake, or to realize the fake, and then to slowly get in touch with yourself and avoid the fake. And then you have an empty cup, right? Like the cup of coffee, you poured out the half warm one, and then you have an empty cup. And then you put in a fresh cup of hot coffee, right? And that's real human emotion. And you'll start to know the difference. You won't have that's the problem with the whole thing. It's not that I'm saying it's feminine. That is part of it, though. There is a feminine energy there. But the biggest problem is that you don't really care. It's not even real to you. It's just, you're just doing this as kind of It's just like an animal reaction. What's that?
It's like a habit.
It's a habit. It's a habit. It's something that is very acceptable, and you just do it without thinking. And that's a lot of life, is just realizing things, changing. So I won't belabor the point, but yeah, I think it's cool. The next time if you come to a summit, you'll see a lot of guys, very likely, just kind of being pretty cool about things. And you'll be like, whoa, that's cool. Fucking A. It's like, all right, man. There's something very fucking, there really is. It's like a secret club almost, you know what I mean? Of that, like being in control of your I guess your reactions to life, and your understanding of yourself. And then also the ability or the guts to share an emotion when you really have it, So true emotions, don't be afraid. Those are very strong, right? Very, very strong and very, very important. So those things you want to focus on, not getting confused in the stuff that's not real for you. So if you feel really something when you drop your phone or whatever, whatever, go ahead. But what I'm saying is, if you feel your gut, a lot of times you'll find it isn't real. So that's the kind of stuff you were like, oh, that one, I really don't give a shit. Why am I doing this? I shouldn't even use shit, because it's like, I really don't care. So why am I acting this way? What am I doing here? How many times in my life do I want to keep doing this? And then it's like, probably one more time maybe, and then I'll be done. Because I'll make a mistake, right? But that's about it. I'm pretty much finished. And we're starting to see the beach here. Should be really pretty. Oh, let's check it out. We'll give you a view. Unfortunately, it's not sunny yet, so you can't really see it, because this place is freaking gorgeous, right? Up here yesterday, Gibson Beach. Oh yeah, look down there. Oh, if it was sunny, this would be insane. But you can see the color. Oh yeah. Dude, we came in here for free too, because we parked outside the national park and legally walked in and everything. So we're here. You can check out see that water change there? Oh yeah, dude. And I don't know, are those seals out there? There's a ton of seals out there, floating and swimming, and you can see the seaweed and birds. Yeah, tons of birds. You can see those birds out there, and then out on the coast. That's so pretty. We were just a few minutes ago, we were in the house, and it would have been easy to not come here. And we got here for like less than a gallon of gasoline, and we're looking at this. We're just getting started on a beautiful day. That's awesome. So crazy how simple change, Buddha just chosen to make a barbecue, chosen to stay home. And by the way, you guys, I'm going to get the footage, but the other side of this thing is supposed to be insane over there. Like these beautiful cliffs. So I'll put those in a future video. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a good Sunday, and or whatever day you're listening to this. All right. Talk to you.